Internet, and welcome to Tales of Terragia. I am your Dungeon Master and Cosmic Tour Guide, Nick Salentano, and these are my 6 wonderful players who are all going to roll a dice to see how well they're going to do tonight. Everyone roll a d20, and shout out what you get. Just
4,
6,
17.
Is that lucky? Is it not? I don't know.
We're going to find out.
Mine just
It
keeps
won't
rolling.
stop rolling.
Always a good
It's
thing.
Inception.
Just baby.
And I encourage all of you to roll your d20s at home and see what you get, and that's how your day's going to go today. Anything below 12, just stay raw. And do us a favor, stay at home and look up at Tales of Terragia at pretty much anywhere. It's going to be us, and tune in because we have episodes coming at you all the time. But we're going to get to this one right now. Last time, the Second Law began their investigation into the death of a student cleric at Prismari College of Arcane Arts and a teacher as well, the one who had struck down that same exact student, and who was none other than Harmony's former mentor and professor at the school, Professor Bayron. Though seemingly not through her own intentions, Professor Bayron had been under the charm influence of Kubo, the vampire, who you'd all left behind in the Feywild, seemingly in a tangled web surrounding, the murder, everything like that, the vampire, all a tangled web surrounding something that you know as the Shards of Immortality. Seemingly gifted from the gods, the concept of immortality has been broken into these shards and now the target of a sinister plot. You've done some investigation, narrowing your search down to the heart of the ocean, a legendary archive of artifacts deemed too great and powerful for mortals to handle, hidden somewhere out in the midst of Terragia's Sapphire Sea. Luckily, Tem seems to have a pretty good idea of where it is. Of course, there are all manner of unexpected items on your agenda. A lost holy artifact, kidnapped family members, deadlines rapidly approaching, Zakkai was part of a crime family of some kind, Harmony's father's begun evacuating Foundtown, Tem's family's leading a tyrannical group of, ethnic purity.
Same.
A lot going on. So, but first things first.
Not behavior we condone.
Cut it out.
Here in Yokai, you did run into an old friend, ally, acquaintance, whatever you want to call him. Kiln the Tiefling bounty hunter. Seemingly not finding much work here in the Sylvan Dynasty. Kiln has arranged to play watchdog for a clan of Arena, squat little porcupine hedgehog people, as they caravan east to the city of Port Kazushi in hopes of securing passage back to Abenthal, and where you all hope to secure passage to the heart of the ocean. After a brief encounter with one of the random violent portals that plague the Dynasty, you all now walk your way away from the fight, ready to press on to the next leg of your adventure. So Second Law, you know that Kiln and the Sprickles clan are leave for Port Kazushi, first light tomorrow morning. How are you planning to spend your final afternoon/evening in Yokai? Unless you want to just wrap up the day, it's all up to you.
Well,
Do we have?
if we just follow the river out to the port, then we'll be right there. We can just camp outside in the crate and meet them in the morning.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
Sure.
I'm a little tired after that fight. What a doozy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad we were able to save all those people. Those guards were real slow.
Yeah, they
they
didn't
didn't
really
reach
seem
out,
to
were
know
they?
what they were doing and showed up halfway through, so.
Well,
Good thing we were there.
Second Law showed up all the way through.
That's right. They didn't seem to like our name so much.
Well, I mean, I guess we were doing their job better than they were, so,
Yeah, that's true.
they got a little testy.
Jealous, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't really do anything. Well, authority and power often corrupts, so I'm not sure how great they are here in the city, but sometimes when problems need to be taken care of, not much you can do other than take it into your own hands. And those people were in danger, so that was, not exactly pleasant to deal with.
Speaking of taking it into your own hands, look what I got. And I'll slowly
What did
pull
you
out
do?
I'll slowly pull out
Whoa.
my glass blade
Oh.
short sword. Yep.
Nik-Nak.
You sneaky little devil.
Yeah, they'll be missing this, I think.
Oh,
Well, we definitely
We should definitely
hurry
get out
away
of town
then.
now.
You're not gonna like that.
Do you know what those do?
I'm planning on looking at it as soon as maybe we get to the cottage.
I mean,
It's sharp.
I
sharp.
only know some of what I've heard, but yeah, we should definitely. You should give it a look. Like, I mean, well, but it was very wrong to do. But obviously, like, we'll use it for better purposes.
Oh yeah.
Much better than them.
And they'll just make another one, I'm sure.
Yeah. They won't miss it.
I mean, we're
Unless
also
they
like
happen to be extremely rare.
we're also you know, protecting people and are like a city watch too. So we should have, you know, we need to be well prepared.
They didn't seem very effective when they were dealing with Varen's unfortunate demise too. So who knows what this organization uses its power for. They seem to be very closely tied to the Emperor here. And, not saying that all of these peacekeepers would be bad, but it's prevalent on my mind right now that authority can often abuse its power. So, good job.
Yeah, they weren't using it anyway, so.
Yeah, exactly. They won't miss it.
They're called the Glass Blades because the Glass Blades, so they must have more somewhere.
Right?
Yeah.
They'll be fine.
Hopefully.
In the meantime, we better just get out of town
Yeah.
before they notice.
I feel like we've been walking down.
Yeah.
We're just
We're
like
walking
on the water.
on the water.
Yeah, we're walking a little bit now.
Waving to people and they hi.
There are people in little boats that go by, or just kind of like do a double take as you just walk right past them. It's great. If it were a movie, great cinematics.
Leave the city. Are there any supplies or things that we need to pick up for a long journey? I have everything I need, but you know, need to eat and
Oh. True.
Well,
Well,
you could
how long is the
could
walk?
pack
You
rations.
said it's like a week.
They said because you have like a wagon and everything, it's a little bit shorter. So probably like 4 days, 4 or 5 days.
How far are we to
We just
getting
gotta
to
fit
where
some
they were? Like to meet them outside the. Or were we meeting them outside like the
Just
gate?
outside the gate to the
We were
city.
just gonna
Yeah.
set up the crate
We-
outside.
Okay, so
I
that's
think they
just-
told us
and
which
then, like,
one they were
wait for them.
exiting
Yeah.
from, and then we'll catch them
Like
on their
next
way
to the
out.
road,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
we'll just
yeah.
like
Alright,
catch up
okay.
with them. Does the crate make food for us?
In the mornings, it does, right? Yeah.
So I guess we don't really need to.
Yeah.
But
we're,
how much?
we're all gonna get
Any
sick
more
of
rations.
pastries, but
How much
Says who?
space does it need?
I want to say
You know what I mean?
60.
when it's expanded,
Yeah.
I want to say like 60 squared.
Let me.
It would probably be too big for a
Like
ship,
a place on the ship.
Yeah, we probably would.
but we could use it for
65,
Yeah.
40 by 65.
Paper rations on the ship.
Open it all.
Yeah, we probably
if we, you
pack
know,
them at port.
enlist a large brigantine, you know, maybe it would fit. Depends on what might be available to us when we
True.
get to port.
the. Well, maybe we'll see what's
I'm sure they're
available
going to
first, and then
want to-
see.
us to put a big
Cottage?
house on top of the ship.
Yeah, probably not. But I'm sure once we
Maybe we
get
can
there.
have it on the side of the ship and they can pull it along.
Well, if that doesn't
Like
work,
a big tube.
Turn it into a tugboat. Yeah.
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 So
Just
write
put
that
it
down.
on. Put it on a big raft.
well, I'm
It's a good potential plan.
I'm sure whoever we like get passage with can
Also, yes, ship's
They'll
rations.
feed us.
that we can
Part
Like-
of
like-
the passage.
Like I said, it'll
pay our way to be fed.
Probably got
It'll
some carrots
depend-
left over and just like randomly, just like small bits of carrots are just like coming out of random pockets.
It'll also depend on when we get there, who might be around and what we might be able to use as influence and
Right.
maybe who knows? There could be many options, but if I can help by talking to some people, I would gladly be willing to do so.
Also, as we're going down this canal, if there is any sort of like mercantile shops of any sort that could just get like basic supplies, I'll keep an eye out for those in case anybody wants to just grab a quick snack or something.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
there's you see plenty of them. There's plenty of options.
Okay. Well, we want to stop real quick. We can get something. Otherwise,
Yeah. Just to have just in case.
I guess if we're also walking on the water, if there's any boats along the way that have any tarps, can I grab the tarps and then stuff them in the bag?
Oh hell
Sure.
Because we need wings,
Yeah.
or fabric or something.
Yeah,
So I'm
right.
just like, I don't know, this
Yeah.
seems like it'd work. Tarps or something.
Yeah.
Give me
Right.
first perception check.
Okay. Just as we're walking a boot. Uh-oh.
I'm also going to do
It's a trap. I mean a tarp. That's a 6.
to see if anyone is watching.
Yeah, you do a perception check.
As
Before I start
before
popping.
we
Yeah,
start
you
stealing shit
just
off.
like,
No.
You're just leaving it on the
Grab
side of the
first,
road.
look later. Grab first.
I guess
look later.
we it could be worth looking for something that, I mean, your spell came in handy, but
It's a 21.
if we're going to be in the middle of the ocean, we might want to see if there's any supplies, magical or otherwise, just to help with being in the water.
It's very true.
That's a good point.
Can everyone swim?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's 2.
Yes.
I don't think I've swam with his leg
That's
yet.
a child.
Okay, 3. Maybe.
Maybe. You might need to seal this up. Or put a bag on it.
When you say maybe, what does that mean?
I haven't swam with this leg yet.
You've never tried at all, or just
I can swim, but not with this. Ping, ping, ping.
oh, I'm sure you'll be fine.
To work some
You
Oh,
know
we
the
can
skill,
take it
though.
off and then paddle without it, but
What about you, Sandboy?
do you sink like a stone?
Kind of. I mean, I can swim for a bit. I just can't swim for very long.
sounds about right.
Well, then,
I can swim for a very long time.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Maybe I.
You know, with that snoot of yours.
Yep.
yeah, it's like snorkeling.
Yeah, I don't
What's that?
really have to come up for air much.
Well, you know, it's. I feel like you're just gonna turn
It's
this
like
into an
thieves'
innuendo no
camper.
matter what I say.
Probably.
At one point, Anara, you do notice that
Take a read.
there's like a moment of like unsteady peace where you notice that one member of the team is not here. You look back about 15 feet back. Basil is like pulling a tarp off of a boat that is actively being used, and you can see Basil doesn't see it because they're behind barrels on the boat. But there are 3 like small dwarf people trying to tug the tarp back, and they're not quite sure what it's tugging on.
What?
Not that one.
Oh, sorry. They were just.
We might want to try that when we're not walking in the middle of the river and drawing attention to ourselves.
Okay, my ears.
But it's a great idea. But just
Okay,
maybe not
just
when
try to
everyone's
help.
watching us.
Okay. Wait, I got it.
You let go of the tarp and you hear
Yeah.
3 dwarfs fall into the water
Well, they
off
hadn't
the other
gone.
side of the boat.
We'll come back to that later.
Just trying to be on a mission, boss.
I'm sure we'll find more tarps at the port too.
You're right. So.
It's easy enough to kind of like follow the stream enough out of like that district and then out of the actual like city proper if it's still where you're going. But there's plenty of little things along the way if you want to stop.
Do we want to try and find any like
Yeah.
water-centric items?
Yeah.
I think that
There was like a magic item shop somewhere, right? Like a curiosities kind of a situation.
That was in the Fae.
Oh, it was.
I mean, there must be some.
Yeah,
we just got out of there.
It's
Many.
literally the biggest city we've ever been.
Yeah.
You're right.
So we can find something like that. And
Also
then-
on the water right now, so
I guess
I can imagine
well,
if there is, it wouldn't be very far.
Once we get to the port, we might want to look for maybe some sort of ocean chart map thing that might be more likely to have there, because they probably won't have it here. But
Do you know, Tam, where we're going exactly once we
Well,
get to the port?
I have a sense. South, in the ocean,
Direction.
Yeah, south.
In a distance.
in the ocean, far.
South far.
South and far,
Great.
but
In the ocean.
In the ocean.
Awesome.
do we have
Only
a way
south.
to try to
Exactly
narrow
south.
down what we saw?
It was in the
Exactly
all of
south from
in
here.
all of the both visions and partial maps and other things that I've seen. It tends to be indicated in the area south, often where they put the compass on the map. But it does seem to be some sort of either code for the heart of the ocean, some sort of intersection of directions there. It's not exactly clear, but it does generally tend to seem to be in that area.
Okay, I guess we just gotta get closer. Maybe you'll sense it.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what the best way to investigate that might be, and once we get into the port town, there might be more
There may be
investigation
people there
options.
who've heard of this.
Yeah.
Yes.
this
Yes.
rumor or who knows
You know,
what that might refer to as a specific.
the island
location.
chains between here and the mainland of Elberin, there's many peoples who are well versed in sailing these oceans, and my
Maybe-
people are one of them as well too. So there may be opportunities for
And maybe if
knowledge.
they haven't heard of it specifically by that name, there might still be rumors of
yes.
an area in the ocean where people don't come back from, or the compasses don't work there, or
Yes,
something like
something of that like. Although hopefully we come back once we're there.
Or maybe you have more of those visions, those
We
dreams.
came back from
Well,
from
that. We do have,
downtown. Nobody comes back from there.
True.
and we do have more travel time. Maybe each night you could try to get more information from your dreams. I don't know if there's a way any of us could help. I don't really know anything about kind of that type of magic, but
It's possible. There's no guarantee. I'm not exactly able to summon up divine ordinance at any time I want, but I can try my best. It did seem to come at an opportune moment last time, so maybe if I ask.
well, on the bright side, we've seen one of the Shards of Immortality before. I can't do it, but if we were to find a scroll or someone else that could help us, there is magic that we could use to locate another,
It's very true.
another shard, and maybe
Don't we have it physically on us, or we gave it away?
It's
No,
It's-
it's
it's-
currently
bag.
It's
being
went through the
held
bag.
Okay, it's in the bag.
with the bag.
It's in the
people.
bag.
So it's in the bag.
It's in the bag.
With the bag people.
Yeah. Sorry.
But yeah, there could also be other magical ways.
Yeah,
It might just
absolutely.
cost us some money. Worst case scenario, we can use my coin purse and
That's true.
just say that finding the location of this is
These are
good
it's-
for everybody.
It's definitely expensible. Definitely.
Yeah, we can write it off somehow.
Yes.
Yeah,
write
just
off.
write it off.
Well, I guess like as we're walking along the river, if it cuts through like in a district of town that we might know has a magic shop of some kind, maybe stop there real quick just to see if they have
Yeah.
anything, and if
Yeah.
not, then keep moving out towards the edge of town.
I guess we could just walk on foot for a while anyways, just to make sure if we pass something we can just pop in.
Yeah.
This spell lasts for an hour, and when it starts coming up to an hour, I'm gonna get on land, but I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah.
I'm just going to assume everyone else understands.
All right.
Nik-Nak, where are you going?
I'll follow suit.
Oh, and Sledgehog will come with me too.
Yeah. No,
Oh.
Sledgehog is never too far.
I'll
Well,
definitely
let's stay together and like
Yeah.
I'll follow after.
go to the dry land, because I understand this to be centered around it.
Yeah, I'm not
Wait,
doing it to
wait.
be like an asshole.
wait
I'm just
for
not
me.
thinking about
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Wait
yeah.
for me,
Oh, yeah,
and
I gotta get
I
that
If you
think
had said, okay,
I think like as you move the radius away, maybe Tem's like back leg starts to like as he's stepping like dip into the water a little bit. Like okay, whoa.
As you're walking out of it, it looks like you're taking down the steps into a pool.
Uh-huh.
And
It's like,
before you go,
okay,
the
hold
foot
up.
just sinks a little bit more.
That awkward pool walk.
Yeah,
Wait.
Oh yeah.
picking my robe up to keep it from getting wet.
If everyone else is moving, I'm gonna be like, oh, all right, hey, wait for me, follow us.
I'll say you're all. If you're still off on follow Nik-Nak, you just barely catch Tem sinking just a few inches in before he's able to get out. You're able to avoid getting drenched. As for shops and stuff around the town, I will say that there are a couple places that you do see, especially in a city like this. However, I will say that a lot of the shops and stuff that you do find that offer magical items are a lot of like rudimentary kind of things. You do find places that will sell health potions, stuff like that. Anything that you do want that's a bit more oomph magic-wise will be located in the Gleefire district, which you can tell me if you're going to or not. You are currently wanted there by the Glitzing Wow, or forbade from there.
Right.
So you can tell me if you'd like to push your
Right,
luck
so-
there, or if you'd like to stay
Let's
out.
not, yeah.
Yeah, we still have,
we just went shopping in the fair.
Yeah.
I think we're okay.
Sure,
and we'll see
today.
what's in Port Kazushi. too.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
a port town itself will definitely have a lot of.
Definitely.
Also,
The, the markup might be a bit high, but we can maybe haggle with them a little bit. or
if we're trying to get a boat, I'm assuming whatever boat we get will probably have everything that you need for when you're on the water.
I would hope so.
Well,
Yes,
yeah,
I was
depends
just
on
thinking
the-
more if we wanted to have
Yeah.
anything special on hand in case we get in a fight or something happens. We want to be able to either walk on the water, breathe under the water.
Yeah. They
Navigate
probably
better
have
in the
have that
water.
app port too.
We
For
do
people
have
they know that are about to traverse the water.
we do have your navigation tools already too, the map
Mhm.
making and then the orb as well. Do we have like one more charge on the orb?
Yeah,
I
we have
forget.
one.
Okay.
And we have all these potions, and surely one of those will allow us to breathe underwater.
This
Well, and-
amulet
Yeah,
is-
this cool snake one.
And Selka's cloak can let you breathe underwater for a time too,
Oh, wonderful.
potentially. So
Then we can use this amulet once per day.
Okay.
that's
great.
the walking on water.
Yeah.
That was what. Oh, okay. That's definitely helpful.
Okay. Well, shall we just head to the outskirts of town then and
Yeah.
wait for
Yeah.
morning?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds
Yeah, I
like a
don't
plan
think
to
it's
me.
worth risking going back.
No.
I don't think so either.
No.
Not when we need to meet these people
Run into
tomorrow.
enemies.
No problem. Easy enough. Outside of the town, it is kind of like comical where you go from one side of this massive wall, this big bustling kind of city, and then you just pass underneath an archway and it goes into just quiet, pristine, like just kind of fields that roll off for a little bit. You see in the distance, a few miles off, the beginnings of like a very thick bamboo kind of forest that you know is the direction that the road heads off in. It is and you see as you walk out of it, it is a very main, like big portcullis kind of like exit to the city, very busy, like worn, like road that like winds off in the distance. It's not like you're gonna be in the wilderness totally. There is a very well traveled, like popular road that you will be taking. So at least gives you a little bit of comfort that there's less
Okay.
dangers.
Do they have sort of like King's Road in? Because isn't there like a main thoroughfare road on like
Queen's
the
Road.
mainland, the Queen's Road?
Yes, in Abenthal, at least the different countries they have. In Abenthal, there is the Queen's Road, which is like the main. Like it is patrolled. There are people there. It's they built the Scarlet Rail alongside it. There's a similar one here
Scarlet
in
Rail.
the Dynasty, but it's
That word got stopped.
less regimented, especially because
This is the
with
end.
the portals opening randomly into the Feywild, they keep a lot of security in the cities to
Okay.
keep them safe.
That makes sense.
We when we set up the hut, what is it called?
The cottage?
The cottage.
We can call it whatever we want.
I keep calling it the crate.
We should probably
crate.
Oh, that crate.
set
That
that
was
up
like-
too close to the road. So we
Everyone
can
get the
park
crate.
Perhaps into the bamboo forest.
Yeah, yeah.
or something.
Yeah, I agree.
We don't want to attract any unnecessary attention
Yeah.
from travelers. But
Yeah.
keep a watch out for when the kiln and his charges head by in the morning.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Whoever wants to make a survival check for me, see when finding a good place for the crate.
I think it was
Yeah.
me. Yeah. Well, survival check. You said.
Yeah, or whoever wants.
Or does anyone have really
Mine's
good
Mine's not
survival?
horrible.
I thought I did.
Just roll a 25.
Mine is plus
Oh.
4.
Wow.
19.
Mine's
Okay.
plus 7, 25.
Oh,
And a
okay,
plus
great.
5.
There you go.
You'll get the next one.
Or I guess the event day.
I point
Yeah.
to the same spot after you, and I'm like, oh yeah, that was. I saw that too.
Typical Anara fashion, you're the one that kind of like is the one to kind of scope out, and you reminisce back in the days of teaching them all how to like
Yeah.
trek and travel, and
They have
they
done
ended
well.
up just tasting the wind, and Europe's like, all right, here.
There we go.
But eventually, yeah, find a nice clear space that is just like close enough to the road that you can kind of get there without too much of a rush, but it's just off of it that it's kind of mixed into the forest that it won't be immediately seen from the road. And plenty of space for it.
Okay.
This looks good.
Is it
Home sweet
evening
crate.
time?
Oh yeah, it's like late
Late
afternoon,
I guess we
early
just,
evening.
take a little extra time
okay.
to rest and
Work on our hobbies.
Yeah. Love when there's craft time at the end of the day.
That's true. It
Someone
is
say
a
crafts and they just pull out some
glitter. It is a rare moment of like downtime for the second law, at least for the rest of the evening. You don't have to go fully into it, but I am curious as to how the second law members spend their free time. If anyone wants to talk to anybody, or just what you do. How does Tem spend their spare time? How does Zakkai spend their spare time?
I would like to at least propose if we were by the bamboo forest, cutting down some bamboo and proposing training with Anara. Trying to relearn how to now use my full scissors capability now that I have a new weapon sort of thing as that's evolved.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll be happy to do some sparring
Yeah.
with Basil for the evening. And I also do want to check in with Nik-Nak, having seen the very interesting looking sword that he stole. Very curious to find out whether it's something that would be of value to you.
I don't want to train with anything that sharp. That's why I want to use these little sticks. If that's okay with you.
With him to see if it was something
Okay.
that could be
I
of
think it
use
looks
to
real
one
sharp.
of us. It's the kind of weapon I trained and proficient in. But grab a piece of bamboo. All right, come at
Just I just like slowly start with like, you normally do, and I now just have like two, and I'm just.
It starts off very like classic kung fu movie, bamboo forest in the evening, Anara on one side, sword at the ready, perfect stance and pose, and then it just flips to the other side, and then little bunny rabbit going running at you.
It's a mix of like using the attack and then extra attack, and then moving them together to do like booming blade, and just like alternating between those two. It's like attack.
I'll have my like long sword, but I won't be using it to attack. I'll just be using it to increase my AC, and then use deflect attacks to the extent that I'm hit.
And then
We
a
just give
sucker
him a
punch
chance to-
whenever
just give him
I'm
a chance to
slacking.
come at me and practice.
Faster.
Now hit me.
You just get counter slapped.
Just out of curiosity, make an attack roll.
With anything, 14 for any attack, or I guess I'll add a strength or 15.
15. You don't.
Again. Faster.
18.
Nope.
And then I just hit myself right as that became a nat 1.
Okay, slow down. You need to slow. Think. See the blow land.
Okay.
I'm gonna give him advantage on this one.
Ooh, okay. Roll it with advantage.
Oh, the advantage became a nat 20.
So what was the total?
Sensei.
I'm just only adding like strength, no proficiency, anything. That became a 21.
I'll use my. That actually needs to be. I'll use my sucker punch to avoid it, which is like add 5 to AC.
Does a nat 20 not auto hit?
Oh, I think it may. I don't know.
For ability checks and stuff, a nat 20 will always succeed. If you try to like hit and roll a nat 20, it still doesn't beat the
Okay,
AC.
that's true,
it
that's
still
true.
doesn't beat.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll.
Dang.
Would have hit. Boop. Just flick him
Flick
on
him
the
on.
nose with my. Not do any damage. Getting better. It's good. Let's keep going.
Just throw them down on the ground and start pouting and just.
No, it was good. That was a good hit. That was a good hit. I'm just used to it.
Good job, buddy. I'm sitting up on the roof,
Thanks.
just watching.
Just eat like cinnamon rolls now. It's the best.
At the very least, the cottage does provide a good amount of like comfort food.
It just
afterwards.
heals the bruises back on my face.
Anything else? What else is everybody else up to?
I think Tem maybe in like, sets up kind of watching all this happen, but he's gonna start working on, I think, a project using the fabric that he got from the Feywild, that he got from what was her name, Grandma.
Ooh. You want to steal a life every day.
Yep.
Yeah. Grandma's Steal Your Days.
Yes.
It's Mr. Steal Your
That's an old one. I think it was just.
I think a nat 20 does hit in combat, but it's not. Doesn't automatically succeed a skill check. Maybe it
Yeah,
will.
that's fine.
It's
got
one of
bots.
those.
But no,
It's
so
past.
I
You
won't
play
use the
fighting.
shield thing. I'll
That's
just absorb the damage. Like do like deflect.
Oh, okay.
deflect
Yeah.
attack,
but
so I can take
a certain amount of
a
damage.
certain amount of damage and negate it. So you did hit.
But you probably negated it because you're using. Okay,
I
cool.
can use reaction instead of for sucker punch, which is where I get to attack back. I'll just do the negate damage.
Okay.
But I won't reflect it back. So I can just do that. No damage.
You hit, but there was like no reaction.
That was okay.
We get from Nana's closet.
Nana's closet, yes, and from the wonderful Nana. I think I'm gonna start like crafting a shirt out of it, and trying to maybe use that as some sort of like meditation / offering towards Enya. You know, thinking about the journey ahead, thinking about the signs that she had sent me. You know, this is kind of like special fabric. Basically, like putting intention into creating the shirt. Got plenty of thread, and would possibly be doing some embroidery on there. I have green, red, and teal thread, and I would probably do some sort of like, you know, like almost like Celtic knot pattern in there, you know, unity tied together, all that kind of stuff, while all the chaos is happening, kind of like thinking about people, us here, our journey, where we're going, and do that over the next like couple of nights or however long it takes me to, you know, get the shirt made.
Just real quick, give me just roll a d20, add your wisdom.
Okay.
For me.
Because I'm proficient in Weaver's tools too, I think I can have
Oh,
a
then, yeah.
proficiency bonus too. Yeah. Wisdom. What's that? Okay, that's gonna be 22.
22. Sounds quiet for a little bit.
Glancing up occasionally at the buffoonery of training going on, and then Basil beaning himself in the face every once in a while.
It's a very least
Yeah.
social.
Yeah.
Depth skills
Yeah.
we are
Yes.
learning.
Yes.
Can't or you
Keep
without
keep
failing.
working.
You're
You'll get
outside.
it. You'll
Yeah.
get it.
You're outside.
I'll be
watching.
outside doing that.
Are you inside or outside? I mean, it doesn't matter, but I was gonna sit inside for a bit.
I'm probably inside.
So maybe you're like doing so I'm while everyone's outside, I wanted to practice, so I have my lyre, and I sit down like near the front door, and I'm just like playing a song for a while, and it takes an hour and 10 minutes, but I want to practice my glyph of warding. And assuming nobody comes inside the front door within an hour, I'm just practicing.
Ooh.
Just when it's Basil, like an hour and 9 minutes. Like,
We'll say that I'm sitting. I have Piccolo.
You give us warning.
Actually,
it's a glyph.
Piccolo,
Kind of out of nowhere.
could you protect me from anyone coming inside the crate for a while and just sit outside and make sure that no one opens the door for the next hour?
They will fall before me.
Thank you.
Also, I have this. You asked Piccolo to sneak around the healer house.
Yes, you were so good at it.
And you see that he takes out, and all of the edges, a bit scorched and a little burned, immediately pulls out a big stack of parchment, lays it in front of you. You see that it's a lot of what looks to be just, he looks like he got to a medical records room and grabbed a stack. And at the very top is a small note of like blank prescription
This
pads.
has to be a HIPAA violation.
That he just
Blank prescription.
No, what would Harmony do?
Stay careful.
I can't help it.
Are you mad because he stole it or that he burned it?
Oh, wow. This is great. And I'll take them and set them aside, but I'm like thinking like, parchment's valuable. That's great. So I'll just probably like prestidigitation the ink off it later and use it. Okay. Yeah, so just don't let anyone open the door for a little while.
I shall protect your poor, frail mortal body.
Okay.
Scurries out and it's just...
Sure. I
He like
appreciate
becomes a little like, you know how some stores have the little bell that rings when they come in? He just kind of pushes himself at the ceiling and just kind of looks down. Anyone that gets close. If anyone
just like a high pitch, like
Yeah.
I can't do it, but like a Piccolo's like
Wow.
high note that's like.
At one point, Zakkai, you kind of like go like, oh, I need a drink for this when you're watching.
I'm so thirsty.
And coming around.
I
to
should
the
go
front
back to the front door.
Before, as you kind of like walk up to it, a tiny little like mote of fire like lands and it hits right between your feet.
You are barred
from this place and may not enter here.
What did I do?
Just give me a few more minutes.
Did I make you mad?
You are barred here for a few more minutes.
It's just his bedside manner, but just
He's
give
always
me a little
okay.
bit longer, and then you guys can come in.
Okay, I'm really thirsty.
Just a minute.
Okay.
You just like hear me playing a song or something.
You're just sitting in there playing?
Yep.
Okay.
Just fiddling.
And I can't, okay. Alright.
We
just a
might
few
not always
minutes, I
have
guess.
water on the road. Just this is just
Oh, I have to
practice.
practice being thirsty? Okay.
It's part of your training.
Excellent. Excellent.
And then
When you do cast the glyph, though.
yeah. So and I'll put a spell into it, and once it's done, I'll just like let whoever is gonna come in next. So,
Oh, but not me.
whoever it is.
Whoever comes in next.
If you're waiting for me to be done, then it would be you.
That would be you.
I guess I'm waiting.
But yeah, I'd just like be setting it to
Basically,
yeah, just the next like humanoid that walks like through the doorway like over the glyph would trigger a spell.
No problem. It is Zakkai who's first. Back in.
Good luck.
It's it's a wisdom.
I'm just thirsty.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's
Classic.
Dex.
This will teach you.
From my first mistake was having needs.
So it's a Dex save 15.
Dex saving throw Zakkai.
Ooh. No. Probably not. That's a 12.
Okay.
No.
As you
Is
walk
that 16? No.
as you walk across the glyph, you trigger a whole like a huge thaumaturgy spell, and it just goes. And the lights all flash, and everything rumbles and shakes, and I'm just like, oh,
like stomping the
that's
of the fire going.
disgusting!
Arms up.
Did everyone hear
I
that?
have sand.
Tam, with his needle like in his hand, just like.
Zakkai, did you eat something bad?
What'd you
It shook the house!
It's gonna get in
You
our
shook the
eyes.
crate!
Me? I'm sorry.
Are you okay? Do you need healing?
Is it your tattoo?
Yeah, it's I wonder if it's related.
That sounded like my trumpeting.
I detect poison and disease.
Please let me know.
Wow, you're really diseased.
Oh no!
You're
Wow.
sick.
Point that thing back up. You might get different results.
It's everywhere.
Oh god.
I'm just kidding. That was me. I was practicing a spell.
Oh. Is that why I couldn't go inside?
Well, yeah, I was
So I'm
sitting, I was
thirsty
sitting
and you
right
blamed
behind
me
the
for
door.
that.
Well, I couldn't move. It takes an hour, and I couldn't move.
Oh, just for the one time?
Well,
Everyone got
I
a
was practicing.
Big laugh is Zakkai.
I thought that you guys would fight a little longer.
Oh, wow. I was just thirsty.
It's statistically
It's hard
impossible
work.
for me to hit an arm.
It's hard
This
work
is impossible.
watching
I
them
can't
fight.
do it.
Yeah,
You'll
I
get,
guess-
you'll
I guess
get
I
there,
thought
Basil.
you
You got
False. It's can't. I can't.
I think they're still out there doing
Do you
it.
think they'll take an hour?
Probably. I don't think
What
they're
is
getting
it,
up
the
anytime
max
soon. I can
frustration
distract
allowed
them.
You're allowed to get in.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah,
distract them.
Tam not even looking up, just like through his monocle, kind of like nothing. You'll get him.
I have an idea.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm watching.
Do we?
I get myself a nice cold beverage.
Hey, look, Mom. Oh, yes, you'll get it.
Well, I
I'm sure we have like a.
if your AC is over
Tape on the
22, I cannot literally hit you. Unless I hit a nat 20, I literally cannot hit you. Nat 20, I literally cannot hit you.
Sure.
If I'm only
Just
suggesting if it's only just adding strength,
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
because we're using bamboo, I literally cannot hit you.
Unless you fully allow yourself to be hit.
Still the encouragement.
Yeah,
You
literally
you
cannot
got her,
damage
Basil.
you
You
got
can't
her.
damage me.
with this bamboo. Hence, this is the weapon we'll choose.
Yeah.
Put a smite into the bamboo stake. and
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, you get that nat 20 and smite. Go ahead.
I still wouldn't.
Okay. So after that, while everyone is still sparring and stuff,
And now that I've had my big, refreshing
Yeah.
glass of...
let me see.
Your
it.
PM.
Let me try it. I'll try it again. And I'm assuming we have like a kitchen table or like an eating table.
Yeah.
I think I'm
And
into
so I'll
to
sit
get a
in
drink.
one of the chairs,
Oh.
and
Oh.
then I'll just start playing my song again. And like you see the seat of the chair next to me start to kind of have little like glows and little flickers as like the glyph starts to form on the seat.
Is Harmony inventing April Fool's
Yeah,
Day?
I think
That's what we'll be doing. And I'm gonna do the same thing. So
Just-
even if people walk in, or like I'm definitely sitting on the far side of the table from the walking area. You know, I'm between the table and the wall.
Yeah.
So I'm just playing a song for everybody as they come home. And but a little like fart glyph is forming on the seat next to me. And then whoever sits down for dinner in that seat will trigger it.
Cool.
This is a side of harmony that we all are learning.
Yeah,
I don't want to hurt
Well,
anybody.
No, and it's the best.
it must be
Eleanor was
contagious
also perfectly
because
D6
Tem
for
lost
this
his mind at the
situation.
beginning of the
Yes.
last combat.
That's true.
And so there's something in the water or the air, and it's gotten onto Harmony now.
It's just so freeing not
Yeah,
being in
yeah.
school.
Yeah,
I feel great.
we've both let our nerdy guards down.
Once we're done with the sparring, I do want to talk to Nik-Nak, but I can do that later. I want to spend some time. I can do this maybe during the night, because then we need like half time to rest. I want to see if I can start working with Slink to try and train them to take the help action in combat
Oh, okay.
as a familiar. They can't attack directly themselves, but I want to try because I've never done that before. So I'm going to just assume that they would know what to do. So I'm going to try and work with them to use whatever abilities they have, whether that's the ink blot spitting or the
Yeah.
to just so that when I'm in combat, if I have them with me, that I can have them take the help action.
Give me an animal handling check. Just for the flavor of it.
Animal handling.
Slink technically isn't an animal, but
Ooh, a rare roll.
That is a nat 1. No, it's not. It's a 7 for 11. Couldn't read it. It's a 7.
Yeah, that's a 7, yes. It did look like one.
It looked like one from the distance. That's ash.
it isn't a 1 though, and doesn't mean it's like a complete failure. You do get like it's starting a process,
I'm
so
going to
it's
work with it over the next few rests and
but you get that
spend a few hours each time we have a moment.
during the night. You at least get after a little bit of time. Slink is starting to like get the concept a little bit. So if you continue the training, there's a chance that Slink will be able to help you.
So I'm going to be working on that when I have like hour or two to spare. I guess while we're traveling, we may have some opportunities to do that over.
Absolutely.
Is it 4 days, we said, to get to
Yeah.
4 days
Yeah,
travel
if we're on
to
the
get to
cart.
the port. Yeah.
So there's time to do some training.
I will spend the rest of the day, and if it takes me all night.
Even if.
We will keep
Even
you
if-
here till
Yeah.
5.
But is that what you were trying to do as well with the thing like learner proficiency that you don't have, or
No, I leveled up and got extra attack, so I was just flavor how to do that. I wasn't trying to gain new cool stuff. Yeah,
proficiency with a piece of bamboo?
that's true. I could
Improvise
I could do that.
weapons.
Improvise weapon.
Yeah, there you go.
I would like to use my smith's tools, at which I am proficient, to... well, first, I'll identify the glass blade sword, but then I want to use my smith's tools to try to learn a few things. One, what's it made of? 2, can that be replicated? And that's pretty much right. That's pretty much all I want to.
Yeah. Give me either an investigation or Arcana check.
I think those are both the same for me.
Great.
They are. Because I'm using my tools. Can I add proficiency when I'm using my tools?
Yeah.
Great. So I can double that. Okay. $21.
21. Yeah.
I rolled a low. I rolled a 7.
All the tests that you kind of like run on it. We go through a montage of like Nik-Nak in some basement somewhere with like hooking up like car jumper cables to this sword and then like dripping like weird acids on it and just like smelling it and tasting it. It's going through all the kobold the methodologies. At the end of it, fundamentally, the blade of this sword is glass. It is like made of glass, but it carries a really heavy enchantment on it.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, it's like it's crafted this way, and perhaps out of like normal glass or what? Actually, no. You're able to deduce that it is elven glass, so it's just enchanted in a way that it is stronger than steel. To the point where you can replicate it. It can be. It's definitely something that is man or elven made. It's craftable, and you imagine that you could with the right materials and meanings to do so. Your speciality is metal, and this is weirdly like you look at this blade almost like it's cheating.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like someone found a loophole in metal, and it's both like fascinating and a little irritating. But
that's not supposed to be that strong and that sharp.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I would like to write a note saying, is there any way that I can deduce a way to sort of like reverse engineering this, but through normal material means of making something nearly as strong, but like almost like wafer thin? So Nik-Nak would be imagining taking this blade and flattening it into like a sheet, and so it would still retain the characteristical like durability, but it would become more flexible and just thin.
Give me another roll d20, add intelligence and your proficiency bonus.
Can I double my proficiency with my tool expertise?
Yes, because you have the expertise.
Okay, then that would be a 20. No. That would be a 19?
19.
Yeah.
With 19, I'll say that you are able to deduce that it is possible. It would require an incredible amount of heat and pressure.
Okay.
That heat and pressure that you do not have immediate access to, but you imagine with enough, it could be malleable and manipulated to be thin.
Okay. Then I'm just going to spend the rest of the time with this taking notes on all that information and funneling those notes through the bag. With a little like footnote at the bottom of all of that note that just says wings.
Alright. Anything else for the evening, second law?
I think Tem probably, as the light starts to get lost, will come back inside to try and continue working on his shirt.
Harmony, could you make a history check for me real quick?
See if you remember which chair.
Yeah. 18.
18? At one point, Harmony, you're there and playing the song and looking at the chair, and that glyph is almost like reformed. And at that time, Tim like re-enters the crate, and you see him. He's folding, fabric over his arm and stuff like that, and really nice looking like tunic shirt that he's made for himself. And you see it's covered in like really neat embroidery and stuff. But you kind of like look at the fabric, and the embroidery and everything on it is kind of like lost in a pattern. But you're very smart, and especially during your final project, looked at a lot of maps. The embroidery on Tem's new tunic, turned sideways, looks a hell of a lot like a map of Elbert.
And he's carrying it?
Yeah,
or-
it was just something that he was working on outside, and now is walking inside again. But you just happen to notice that the embroidery that is stitched into the shirt it looks at first glance, only because of the angle, it just looks like vines or embroidery kind of embellishments on it. But if you turn it sideways, it's the almost exact outline of Terragia and Elberin.
Boy,
Bahamas.
thirsty work. I hear that there's some fresh water in here Zakkai was raving about after his little incident. We should probably grab some of that. Ladle
Tem,
from
were
the well
you-
of water.
Tem, were you working on that shirt outside?
Yeah, I was a little distracted by the training going on, but you know they're having at it, so it was keeping me engaged out there. I was kind of just letting my mind do its thing, and I don't know. It seems nice, pretty.
I mean, if you turn it a little bit that way, does that look familiar to you at all? Like a shape of something or anything?
I guess slightly.
It looks like a map of Elberin.
Like
Was that-
hold it up to the firelight, like.
And I'll just kind of point out like
Yeah.
the shapes and like, oh, like
Yeah,
that,
you're
and
right.
then there's where the wands would be there. And
Yeah.
was that an accident?
I certainly wasn't intentional. I was just kind of meditating and letting the hand go where it goes. You know, it's not unusual for me to have a little bit of a trance when I'm working on my materials. It helps me to feel connected to Emiya. So it certainly does look like a map, though.
What if maybe tomorrow or soon, the next time you go to embroider some more, maybe on the other side of the tunic, you kind of meditate on the ocean and see
Yeah. Who
if
knows?
maybe the pattern holds and you subconsciously embroider a map of the ocean. Maybe Emiya's trying to speak to you
Yeah.
through
It
your embroidery.
It has happened before. This is, something that is often with her worshippers. It's a part of the practice of creating and mending and bringing together, joining all of those things. So I didn't even consciously think about that, but that's
Because you were
definitely
saying
possible.
it's not like she can just pop in really quick and then tell
Right.
us exactly where to go,
Right.
and even dreams can be, it would be a little more rare even for I think a deity to speak to someone so directly, even in a dream.
It had
but
been a long time since I had experienced that. So this is definitely
maybe
a
your meditation is more
more
of-
subtle, consistent way. Yes, you're right. Well, I
maybe just think about the ocean tomorrow.
don't
while
psych
you're-
yourself out, Tem. Don't.
Yeah.
And like breathing a little heavy, I was like, okay, well now the pressure's on. No, it's fine. It's good. I'll be able to just breathe. Everything's gonna be okay. A little nervous about getting back towards a port town and maybe running into some of my own people, but that's all gonna be good. Like Tem's like low level of anxiety that's kind of like always there, being triggered a little bit of the like, oh god, okay, well now I have to perform. No, you're right.
Well, I don't think you need to worry about the embroidery. I mean, really, that's coming from Emiya. You're just like a conduit.
Yeah, yes,
So
you're right.
that part should be easy.
Her power flows through me.
Exactly. And everything else will help you take care of.
Okay, great. Is it flattering though? Like the blocked out kind of like cut. Like I was thinking that we can maybe nip in here a little bit, and the fabric is so fine that it might be nice to have a little flare at the back.
That's nice.
Can I? Would I have been around? Like, could I have heard that conversation? I'm in the house.
Yeah. I feel like I was
don't
just
know,
sitting in the
eavesdrop
chair.
or anything,
So.
but yeah. So if I did hear that, if I have any more time left, I would like to spend a third charge of my artificer infusions to create. I guess what he would probably make would be like just a small band of metal that he would like pound out, and then Tinker Tool sort of like etch little draconic cobalt runes into, give it a twist, and then like tug on Tem's robe.
Oh,
I don't know if this will help with your god, but it might help you keep your mind sharp. And I'll give him the mind sharpener.
what is this?
It will keep you concentrated. You'll be able to focus better.
Oh, what do I do?
You just have it on your person. You can slip it on your finger, on your tusk, wherever you want.
Just like, right, because I got the gold band on there already, and just kind of like as a little like extra layer, is like, no,
Yeah. It's cobalt pretty, so it's like it's a mess, but it's got like it's got like a
It's rustic.
cachet, like it's nice, it's cute.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And-
So
oh, okay.
yeah, no, it looks great. So yeah, that will definitely help with because you say that you connect with your god to like create your magic and stuff. So I think that it might keep you focused whenever that connection is made.
Well, thank you. I mean, we've got quite the group that is a lot of things happening, so it's a little hard to keep the focus sometimes. Like, kind of stares at Nik-Nak just a little bit and be like, but thank you.
And just so that you do know what it does, whenever you fail a con saving throw to maintain concentration on a spell, you can use. It says its reaction. Oh, you.
My
You can
reaction.
use your reaction to succeed instead. It has 1 of 4 charges, and you regain 4 charges at dawn.
Oh.
Or
Wow.
1d4 charges.
1d4 charges,
So
so
you
I just
can-
roll at the beginning of the day.
Yep.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's it.
Amazing. Because
So yeah, it's
almost
auto
all
save
cleric
on-
spells are concentration, so that is...
That's true.
I
Auto-
feel like you break concentration.
Auto save with a reaction.
I'm not very lucky with it.
Oh,
That's
very
awesome.
nice.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Is it something I can add to my inventory, or it's just gonna
Unfortunately
have to
not.
be-
I
okay.
can add it to mine, but I can't give it to you. So
I can
just
make
put
a
it like
note, yeah.
You could create like a fudge item that
Yeah.
just has like mind sharp
Fudge.
words.
Okay. Awesome.
I mean, then in the evening, Zakkai is just gonna, when he has whatever solo time he has, like in the room or whatever, he's gonna try to get his sand to have that kind of green flash of light effect that has happened just a couple of times. Not so much success, but Zakkai's becoming kind of intentional about trying to do that on purpose. So that's just something he's working.
I got you. I will say at about close to 3 a.m. Anara, since you don't take a room, you just sit in the lower floor.
Yeah.
Who sits on the fart chair?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's true. Did anybody sit down at all at one point?
Well, we
Of
had
course,
to
we
at
had-
the
we
dinner.
had family dinner.
Well, if you were talking
Family
in the
dinner.
kitchen, where were y'all talking?
Well, I was sitting on the chair.
I came over
Making
by
the
the
bliss.
fire. I don't know if I sat down
You
or not.
walked
We can
in, and
see.
as I'm strumming, I saw you walk in, and I was like, "Oh, what's that?"
Yeah.
You know.
Would I have fallen for it twice? Did I see this happening?
No, because we were like co-conspirators a
Okay,
little
okay,
bit.
okay.
I would have like gone and put my work away for the evening or whatever, and then come back maybe to like settle for before family time before
Yeah.
bed.
Let's make sure we eat a
It's like-
good dinner.
I
Yeah,
would definitely
yeah.
sat at a
Just
table
go
just
gather
Me and
sat
Zakkai
eating.
are
really
just
wants
like,
us to have
come
dinner
on,
with her.
everyone,
I,
let's eat.
I think we should all sit together and have a meal as a party.
Before we go on another adventure.
Yes. Yes, because you never know. It might be crazy
Cross-legged in the corner.
for our next few meals. So we might as well just really.
Can I do like a
sad?
Can I do like a kobold paranoia insight check? You'll be fine. It's a 7.
Awesome.
13. We're just like
That's just the
annoyingly
instincts.
enthusiastic.
Yeah.
Should we just roll to see if whoever sits in it?
Yeah.
Out of the 4 of us.
For Tem, Nik-Nak, Basil, and Zakkai, please roll a d20.
I know about it.
I know.
Oh.
That's a 3.
19.
An 8 on the die.
Kobolds can't fart.
Fair enough.
Cloacas count? No.
They're just
That's
small and very efficient with their like bodily secretions. It just recycles.
They don't
Yeah.
look like they have butt cheeks. So.
Fair enough. It's just like a.
They don't have-
Yeah.
Just-
At one point, everyone kind of like sits down, and the moment that Tem's ass hits that chair,
Whoa, Tim!
Oh my gosh!
I don't know if this
Come
is
on.
The chairs shake.
Come
I don't know
on,
if this is
man.
a niche reference, but there is a moment from iCarly when she opens the door and there's a big flash of light and then she like falls to the floor. That is Tem's reaction to this. He is shocked,
Shoots off the chair
and falls over. Yes. Yeah.
Wow, that was powerful.
Whoa!
What? I swear that wasn't me. What just
Is that
happened?
effects of giving after the fate for you?
Do Loxodons always fart like that?
No,
That's crazy.
no, we are
Wow.
actually
Can't believe.
Very
At the table.
private when it comes to our bodily functions.
We're gonna see if this place makes anything besides pastries.
Why are you wrong
He's
with
just
them?
getting so comfortable with our group.
Well, I'm glad to see that we're all getting closer.
It just like still kind of like, oh well, if that was
Open it
me, I'm
like that.
sorry. That was not my typical reaction.
After like
there.
a minute, I put you out of your misery. I'm like, it's okay, Tim. I was just practicing a spell.
I knew it. I knew it, and
It was just a spell.
ha 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 ha.
Just as she says that, Sledgehog's gonna let his exhaust pipe go as he just thinks that we're sharing gases as a body.
It's very funny until everyone starts going as the room starts to fill
Oh,
up with
Sledge!
Oh God.
I make a door that connects from like the side of the crate near us to outside somewhere to just get airflow. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
we need airflow. And like the little door pops up. Just burning through these third level spells.
You are
before we
lucky.
sleep. Oh, I
Don't
was
use your senses this
practicing.
time.
Don't worry, the spell itself is not just for farts. I was just,
Okay, well,
you know, I didn't want to
Birds.
blow you guys up, so I did just.
So you can use this to create
What's
an
that?
actual.
Explosion?
Was it an alarming thing?
It can kind of be whatever I want. I mean, it takes a little while, but you know, like I just play my lyre for like a while I kind of concentrate on what I want to happen and what I want to kind of, you know, trigger the spell or the explosion, and then it does it.
Wow.
But so I just started simple and started with just whoever touches this next, it's gonna make a big fart noise.
Can you do it around an area, or it's just on something?
Well, it's just, I don't know, it's like 10 feet. You know, it's just, you know, it's kind of this same sort of size, or it's just like, you know, on a point. But I can put any of my other spells into it, or it can just explode.
That's
Or
explode.
I'm glad you didn't.
like
choose that.
Yeah,
when you
I
step
was-
on it, it explodes.
Very.
Like what just happened, but with force.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, just
It-
as
oh,
loud,
like when
but
you do
with
things.
fire.
Excuse me.
Oh.
It was very forceful. I was. That was shocking.
It would just also
Threw you
have
off your
fire.
chair, actually.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
But I did,
I gave him something for that.
but I did want to practice it a little bit, just because I think it could come in handy for. I don't know. We've come across a number of like pretty valuable objects and items and things that we want people to stay away from,
Yeah.
or things that we want to keep secret or protect. Or,
Always good to lay a trap.
So
Mhm.
it could come in handy for a number of things if there's something we just need a little time to prepare, but it's pretty flexible, so
Great. I'm sure it'll come in handy.
and we know it works.
And as long as if it's used here, it's all in good fun.
Exactly.
And you can create just one at a time.
No, I think I can do as many as I want.
Me.
I don't think they disappear or anything. I think I can do it as many times. It's just it takes me a while, and I can only do so many in like a day before I get too tired. But but you know, they just exist until someone triggers it, and I can be pretty specific with what triggers it. I could make something that only explodes if Kuvo gets near it, or any vampire, or
Wow.
or
Clever.
it'll only fart if Zakkai walks on it.
But I would never be got by such a trap.
No, not twice. No, of course. But
Right.
but you know,
We all heard it outside too.
just
Dang it!
But just so you all
Alright.
know that it works.
That is
So
so cool.
it is something that we can use. If you guys think of any good ways to use it too, just let me know. We can.
Yeah, we'll keep it in our back pocket.
Ha.
Is that a joke? Is that funny?
Yeah, I think that's funny.
Is that good? Okay.
I'm left.
Yeah,
I
that's-
didn't get it.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that's where farts. They're kind of the same area, maybe.
Yeah,
It
basically. Anyway,
was good.
Yes.
A plus.
thanks.
Yeah.
A thinker of a stinker. Yes.
Oh, I'm a pretty smart feller.
And then I think other than that, I would just be using the rest of my evening to write down kind of. I'll kind of do some upkeep with all my stacks of papers and kind of clear the ink off each one and everything like that, and continue writing in the book that I had taken from the library of just like more notes on what we're doing and stuff. I'll start a new like adventures of the second law.
Look at that, everybody.
Do you want to?
And then from my room, you just hear like
Before it's time for sleeping,
as
I
I'm
will
throwing sand around.
grab Nik-Nak if he has a second during his research and work. Did you get a chance to look at the glass sword?
Yeah. I looked all over. I don't think I have the materials to make more. But I also know what it does. And it is very nice weapon. Very quick. I mean, it's made of glass.
He's sharp.
Very sharp. Stronger maybe even than steel.
Interesting.
Yeah,
May I?
sure. I'm done with it, really.
Oh, you don't need it?
I don't think I would be able to do much with it. I kind of just wanted to understand like its properties.
Oh, well, if you need the material back, we can always trade it back. But if you don't mind, I'd love to try it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it would actually be pretty good in your hands, and I mean, so long as it's around. If I really do need it, I can get it back. But
Of course.
I think all the information that I wanted out of it is, it's not metal, you know.
No, glass.
At the end, yeah. And I don't think I can break it down the way I want.
Well, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I learned a lot.
Okay, well, that's good.
Yeah, very valuable information.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, sure. Give it a swing.
I will. Basil!
What?
Never mind. That's when I guess I'll start working with Slink and also just figuring out the properties of the glass blade.
Perfect. At one point during the evening, Anara, again around like 3-4 in the morning, there is a knock at the door to the shack or the crate.
Oh shit! Interesting. Is there other windows?
There are windows.
I'll take a quick glance out to see
Security for
if I can see who's at the door.
You see maybe a 5'10" figure, green hood, cloak, waiting at the door.
Have I seen this figure before?
At least from what you can see from like the angle here, you just see a person in a green hood waiting at the door.
Interesting. Is everyone else asleep?
At the moment, yes.
I think I'll find Basil. Hey. Sorry, sir. I don't think that
Is it time for training already?
No. You have 2 hours left with sleep, and then we start again. But there's someone at the door.
What are they selling?
I didn't open it yet. I figured I would let at least one other person know.
Do we want to wake everyone up, or do we want to?
Well, we could wake everyone, or we could see what they want.
Okay.
What do you think?
Let's see what's up.
And I just like kind of like just very hazily just go stones to the door and just kind of like see the door and just gently like peek open the door and like I guess from my low angle looking up, do I see anything like peeking open like the door?
Make a perception check.
Nat
20. Nat 20. Amazing.
For 24.
24. Easily able to see through kind of like the dark with just the light that kind of peeks out through the door. Underneath that hood, you see a pair of familiar green eyes. Riz. He's here at the door, and he kind of like pulls the hood down. Hey.
Slam the door. It's Riz.
Well, you don't want to talk to him?
Oh yeah.
Sleepy
Good morning.
Hey. Hey, bud.
You can go back to sleep.
Just like one eye blink open up, just like
Riz, come in.
Oh, geez.
One of your flaws.
just like your one ear flops, just collapses onto the
Are
ground.
you here to see Harmony or?
Kind of. I did a locate person. She here?
She's upstairs.
Okay.
I can get her for you. Is everything okay?
Yeah. Oh no, everything's fine. I just
Insight check.
What is it?
Absolutely.
What are you doing here?
16 on the die, so it's going to be somewhere 20 something, 22, 23.
23. Okay, that's pretty high.
Insight, 7, yeah, 23.
He has his casual Riz, very just like hey kind of like attitude about him, but there is a
Sounds vulnerable.
he's a little tense and a little kind of he's upset about something.
Okay. Come with me. Harmony is in one of those stairs, rooms upstairs.
I figured she might be sleeping. I thought maybe I'd catch her. Maybe I'll go.
Yeah, we're all sleeping.
I went.
What are you doing here? I
I
just
don't-
slowly wake up
Not
again.
sleeping. But no, we can.
I went to the school.
What happened?
I heard about Baron.
Oh, you didn't know before.
Nah,
Oh, yeah, we were doing some investigation in the city yesterday. Mostly drew a blank, but you'll want to talk to Harmony. I'll come with me.
I just come up to. I'll be the one already at Harmony's door, just like, and it just like slows down. You just hear like a thud, just boom, and it just collapses in front of the door.
the thud is punctuated with a little like, piccolo twill as a creature like manifests, and you like feel Harmony, your eye being like pulled over by two tiny little hands.
Whoa!
Mistress, there is an intruder at your door.
How did they get in? What kind? Do they have a weapon?
Not for long. And he starts creeping towards the door.
I'll like follow behind him. Are they you guys knocking more?
Yeah, I like
Okay.
knocked a little bit, and then you just heard like a cat scratch knocking, and it just like stopped and a
Riz and
thud
I are probably arriving at this point. and stuff.
as I'm passed out the door.
You find at a nice like 75-degree angle.
Slumped
Yeah,
up against
Basil
the door.
on the floor, like leaning up against Harmony's door, like mid-second knock, but it didn't quite get there all the way.
Looks like he almost managed to wake her up.
Sorry, I didn't
Harmony,
get here so.
are you in there?
Oh, and like I was kind of like gonna open the door, and then when
We
I
have a
heard,
visitor.
yeah, and I'll open.
Yeah.
The door opens, and Anara, you feel a slam against your leg as a little creature just grabs onto your leg. I have her! She will not escape me!
I
That's-
look down.
Great job,
What's this one's name?
Piccolo.
Piccolo. I'm a friend.
Well, Anara, yes, Anara is
Unclear.
Anara is on our side, but way to be alert.
Yeah, that was.
It's
very
okay,
good.
and then I'll just kind of like hold my hand down for him to kind of like scamper up and like chill.
He like slowly
Slowly
lets
like
go.
sitting on my shoulder, looking down.
Also
like,
kind of.
very, not hostile exactly. I think Swank is like super intrigued by this other.
It's yeah.
Has maybe a familial connection, maybe
Mm-hmm.
like kind of has a sense of what this is, and it's just like.
Like very slowly lets go and quickly scampers up your arm, and by the time he's up to the shoulder, he just vanishes. but you can feel that he's around.
Yeah.
And I'll kind of calm Slink. Like, it's okay. He's
They'll-
sort of like you, only a bit more annoying.
They'll become friends. Just,
I think it's
they'll have to
fine.
get used to each other a little.
Slink is used to being the only one, so
Without waiting, Riz walks in the room and walks up and hugs you.
yeah, he
Hi.
didn't know about Professor Varen.
That's right.
Tracked you down. I guess we forgot it to let him know we were leaving.
He kind of like lets go of you. He's like, "You're gonna do something about it, right?"
Well, we're working on it. It was Kuvo, and well, not him probably directly, but whoever he's working with. We think that they pretended to be a cleric from the Kusaria, and over the course of a couple weeks, they were just keeping Varen in sort of like a mind control type of state, and she was lashing out, and eventually she killed a student.
I
Yeah,
heard
they
that
killed your
too.
friend.
I heard that too. I knew that wasn't.
No, we know it wasn't actually her, and so now we're trying to maybe pinpoint who it was exactly. It's whoever's Kuvo's employer, I guess,
Good.
or
That's
boss.
what I was hoping you'd say, and kind of like reaches into his like pocket a little bit. So, my mom was not happy about me disappearing for 4 months, and I have some damage control that I kind of need to do.
Yeah, I haven't
But-
talked to my mom yet.
I can't let this just happen and not do anything about it. So I talked to my patron, and it took me down a couple slots, but I have something that might help you guys.
Okay, well,
It's fine. It's
Okay.
just a couple numbers on the list. It's fine. There's
okay.
probably hundreds of us, so it's don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just
Okay.
and he holds out a small like purple velvet bag that feels like it has like it's clinking kind of like almost like glass or marble kind of sounds inside. But he hands you the bag.
Bigger?
Yeah, a little bit bigger than that, but still.
Nice fully.
What is it?
I'm
And I'll
there.
just kind of start to open it.
You like open it and like it hurts your eyes because as soon as you open it, a bright light kind of shines out of it.
Warn me.
Sorry, they're look, I don't know a lot about vampires, so I just asked her for something that would help hurt them a lot. So those will do that.
Oh. Is it? I'll try to like open it carefully again and like.
Yeah, once your eyes kind of
like,
adjust, you see the bag
daylight?
has 4 like jawbreaker sized kind of glass marbles inside, and they all like glow with as if each little marble holds a little bit of sunlight in it. So you just throw that and it'll explode and make a lot of sunlight. And I know one thing about vampires, they don't like that. So
Yeah.
that could help out.
Okay. Yeah.
That's very kind. Are you? It's very late. You want to stay here for the rest of the evening?
I,
You need to head back.
I kind of have to head back. I have to do another thing, but
Okay.
Where are you?
Just, we know that whatever or whoever this entity was, it's powerful enough to have altered the memory of the headmaster of the school. So don't get involved
Just
if you're
Be
on
careful.
your own, or just be careful.
Okay, all right. So don't like. I shouldn't be knocking on doors or talking to anybody here.
In Basil's sleep, he will just mutter, "Be little."
Not too big, right?
Yeah. Just so you know, it's. I think even all of us together against this entity might be a challenge. So
we're gonna try to take more of the sneaky, quick option, and hopefully, well, tomorrow, well, in a couple hours, we're gonna head out to the port, and from there, we're gonna try to get a ship to take us to. Well, we're not exactly sure where, but it's somewhere in the middle of the ocean, and one of the shards is there.
Awesome.
Well, Tem might get a little more information. He just has to start to kind of go into like a religious trance tomorrow while he's embroidering, and he'll probably end up embroidering a map of where we need to go, hopefully. So it'll probably be fine. But we'll still need to get a ship and.
Doesn't need to know all the details.
Well, just so you know where we're going to be.
It's probably safer the less he was for him.
Hey, well, don't count me out just yet, because I know people people
We
who
understand.
could
Just,
help
but
me find
just
you.
like I said, this is not to be trifled with. Even we are up against our match, and there are 6 of us. Just be careful, is all. We care about you.
Well, likewise. Don't know how long any of us would have lasted in the Fae without each other, so thank you guys too. But most important, find whoever did that to my professor and fuck them up. If you could just do me that solid, that'd be awesome.
Right.
And
That's
I
the plan.
can kind of count on you too.
This is extremely helpful. Thank you.
I mean,
Can you
whatever I can do.
say anything about where you're going to be? If
Oh.
we could eventually find each other again?
Yeah, I mean, look, I just gotta go to run a quick errand, and after that, though, I was hoping that maybe I could head to Mountbank and check in and see if the Windwatch had any openings.
I'm sure they do. Yes. Well, hopefully we can meet you there. Maybe.
If I head there, can I just drop the Claremont name?
Yeah. I'm sure you can just stay at my house.
Great.
There's plenty of room. I don't know why you don't need to go somewhere else. Yeah, just go talk to my grandfather. You know he's always there.
Yeah, alright. Kind of just like, there's only a couple of you, 3 of you here, but kind of
Also, I guess if you do see my father, tell him that I do need to talk to him eventually. We've just been running around, and I wasn't sure if he was still traveling and where to send a letter, and yeah, it's kind of a little bit putting off, some conversations, but it might be a little more important to talk to him soon. So, I'm not sure what he's up to exactly. He kind of stopped. He's just in the Lost. He's really gone all in on helping everyone get out of the Lost Woods, which is good.
Yeah. I mean, I only met your dad like that one time at the parents' visit, but he's seemed pretty smart and knew what he was doing.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey.
I guess if you see him, then just tell him that I'm gonna call him soon.
We'll do.
Okay. All right. Well, be careful, and obviously, thank you for your help, but
You too.
Don't-
He immediately pulls you in
Yeah.
for another hug and just holds you really tight.
don't, stop putting yourself down the list for us.
Sure you
It's-
don't want to stay till the morning? We've got some sparring going on. Right, Basil? I'm kind of kick Basil.
I'm ready. 2 hours.
From the looks of that guy, no, I definitely do not want to stick around for that.
Stay safe.
You too. Not that. I feel like I can need to tell everyone but you that.
Well, we're all vulnerable.
If you say so. He just again pulls you in for a hug, tight one. Just give him one for me.
Probably.
I liked it.
Probably two.
Good. He kind of lets you go before just kind of nodding to you guys I'm gonna. And he starts heading down the hall.
Harmony.
Yeah.
I would just hold on to those for now. Don't tell Nik-Nak yet. He's
Okay.
gonna want to
Gotcha.
break one of those motherfuckers open.
Yeah, you're right. And I'll just put him down at the bottom of my bag.
I'll take Risotto.
On the walk there, he kind of stops. Oh wait, hold on a second. And turns to a door and just opens it and walks in. Walks right up, and Zakkai, you are shook.
Hey!
Hey!
Hey! Whoa!
Oh, yeah, Riz is here.
Riz?
Hey,
Hi.
I gotta go do an errand. You guys are about to do some crazy stuff.
Uh-huh.
Just watch over Harmony for me.
Yeah, of course.
You watch over Harmony for me.
Yeah, I will.
Cool, I see you. Taps you and leaves.
Yep. Did you know he was coming?
I could have given him a message, but
I felt there was a more, I had to.
it's fine.
Okay, well.
Eventually, it kind of goes to the door. And thanks, and really, good luck to you guys. Be careful. All of you, the lizard guy, big elephant guy, everybody.
And remember, one against this person, not good. But we're always here, so come find us if you need us.
Well,
this errand dangerous?
Now. It's not as good.
I never insight check Riz because I know that he's.
Five.
And I don't want to
That's
know
12.
how dangerous
12?
this is.
12?
Yeah.
He beams at you with all the confidence that he's ever had. I'll be fine.
All right. All right. Safe travels.
And you too. He kind of like turns and is like walking away, but he like vanishes before normally you would like leave sight. But you see like he almost like turns into like a wisp of cloud that kind of vanishes.
Awesome. Okay.
But the rest of the last couple hours of the long rest go by, and you all get a long rest. It's not interrupted.
Is there
That's a relief.
inventory like name for the?
Oh yes, you can add the bag of sun drops to your inventory.
Ooh.
And it's the glass blade.
Short
sword.
Was I weak when she got the stuff? Probably not with the roll. Okay, I can't spoil it to Nik-Nak.
Otherwise, the rest of you wake up bright and early.
Oh, I had the weirdest dream.
Don't worry, all the chairs are fine.
You had a weird dream.
Am I gonna like Tem very slowly lowers himself down to one of the chairs by the fire? And like sits in it real quick and then stands right back up.
It takes an hour. I wouldn't just wake up in the middle of the night to just booby trap the chairs.
Oh, wouldn't you?
She's a perfectionist. I'm gonna sit on top of the table.
Yes,
As I eat.
I had a weird
I guess-
dream about your
I guess-
friend.
Well,
From the one
keep
from
it to
school, Riz.
yourself.
You mean Riz?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah, he was here last night.
What?
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
he was here.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
He
didn't
just
wanna-
wanted us to
we
be
didn't want
careful.
to wake everyone.
What was he doing?
You want to see Harmony?
He had.
He
We
has
forgot
got-
to
you know
tell
he was
him
coming?
about Professor
No.
Veyron. He was very, very upset.
Oh, yeah.
He wanted to
We,
make
Yeah.
sure
we
that
filled
we
him
were
in.
going to deal with the situation. And
He is also about to head out to probably do something
he
stupid
seemed
and
troubled
dangerous
about
for his
something,
patron. So
but when I checked with him when he left, he seemed okay. But there's something. I think what was bothering him was Professor Veyron. But is it?
Wait,
was it
you
like
saw
that?
him in your dreams?
No, I
No,
think I
he-
think I
he
was.
was here.
I thought I was dreaming, because I thought there was no way that he would be here, but he just came and went in the night.
Found Harmony using a spell, and it was important enough for him to come to just tell us that it's imperative that we avenge. I mean, I think he's.
Did he say anything strange?
no, I
is
think
he
it's just
okay?
his normal self.
Say
He just.
anything normal?
I mean, he was he was
Probably
upset,
not.
obviously, but I think
Yeah.
also
very upset.
he
and
wanted to see me before
talked
we
about
went
some
off.
errand he was going to do.
It's probably something
Hmm.
dangerous that I
First-
don't
First
want to
patron,
know
maybe.
about. So
Okay. Well, I guess as long as he's okay.
He seemed okay. I warned him about what we're all up against, and so hopefully he won't do anything foolhardy if he runs into Kuvo or any of the others.
Okay.
I
Well,
think he's smart enough to know how to
Hopefully
take
he-
them
Yeah.
on his own.
Well,
hopefully he
He's-
stays out of danger.
he's pretty smart, no matter how he acts. I know, but
Well,
no,
he was-
he knows what he's doing.
He was capable when
Oh,
we
yeah.
were with him, and as long as he keeps a good eye out, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Well, let's.
Although,
he'll be fine, and then we'll meet him in Mountbank eventually. He's gonna go there after.
we should maybe have a way of being aware of nighttime visitors, though. That might be a security issue in the future.
Well, I don't think they can come in without requesting permission. He was polite enough. It wasn't like he was trying to sneak in.
It's true. They can't.
So, without us letting him in.
Okay, good.
Basil was able to confirm it was him before we opened the door.
Eyes on the prize.
I could always set up another glyph inside the door to warn us if someone else does come in that's not one of us.
I don't think they can come in without.
No, I think we should be okay.
They need our permission.
Pretty airtight.
Well, let's have some breakfast before we go meet Kiln, right?
Well, they should be probably passing by this way anytime now.
Yeah, so we should get ourselves ready.
Okay.
Don't have much time to waste.
Got time for an hour.
Okay. I try.
Tem is drinking coffee
Dang
watching
it!
them do that.
Yeah. And Basil has unknowingly signed up for the world's first Tough Mudder. What do you call it?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
a
Anara's
Spartan
boot
race?
camp.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get to all of you folks.
I'm doing my own exercise where I'm just like lifting stone out of the ground and just like.
I'm like, I don't want to get bulky.
Just home.
I just want to be towed. Maybe in Pilates.
Outside, you do towards the end of like the session, you do see like one of the, and it's a big busy city, so there's caravans going in and out of the city, but you do recognize one and see.
Yeah, I'm kind of keeping a rough eye out on the road.
Yeah.
We've got a vantage point to see if, because we can catch him up once.
Yeah, and you will see it like, and you're just enough outside the city that you can see it kind of coming towards you first. But you do see one of the many caravans that you recognize were the ones that the Sprickles were loading up.
Come on, you even weren't watching my form.
It was excellent.
Love
But, time to go. Let's
Okay.
let's get everyone together. I'll alert the group that the Kiln and his charges are on the road and just headed past, so we should.
Oh, great, yeah, let's pack up.
And,
I was just practicing my scales with Piccolo and like I'll strum a scale and he'll just kind of like follow it.
Tuning your familiar.
Yeah. Okay, let's do our scales.
I want to say that while that's happening, Slink is probably just sitting a little while away, just like melted in just a shadow, just like fascinated.
And I'm trying to be like super like you know when you like keep your tone of voice very like friendly for like an animal or something. You're like, wow, we're just having a nice calm time. Like
That tense like pet meets pet for a moment. Where like, are you going to kill each other or be best friends?
Does Piccolo sound like Piccolo, or are his pitches all his like?
Is it
No, it sounds like a
Okay, sounds like actual
Yeah,
Piccolo.
yeah.
Okay, that's awesome.
He sounds like a little.
He only
just
talks
a little
that way, but then
high-pitched
he actually
whistles.
Yeah, he whistles. There you go.
Oh, and probably like a little bit of steam comes out.
It's like this little steam whistle.
Yeah, a
When
little.
Piccolo talks, only Harmony understands. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Otherwise,
Yeah,
to us, it's
yeah,
like
that's
little
true.
trills and whistles.
Mhm.
Oh, okay, that makes much more sense. Okay.
Because I can communicate with Slink, but only I just do that telepathically.
I mean, you all can see and talk
Yeah.
to Piccolo if you want
Yes.
to, but
Yeah.
you can't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it speaks primordial.
Yeah,
Is that right?
I told him to get.
Infernal.
Infernal Piccolo.
In the nicest way.
In the nicest way.
Compliment his awesome defensive harmony. Good dog. I mean, good imp.
Imp-Fae hybrid.
Fae, devil.
You.
Hell,
In
I
the
don't know.
best
Whatever.
way. The
After the
nicest
Amalgamation
infant.
of.
After the morning wrap up and taking the cottage crate, whatever you want to call it, down,
Great coverage.
get up and you
The knack
see
shack.
that they've sort of like the wagon is pulled off like the road a little bit to like wait for you there. You see that it's a very modest kind of like covered wagon. It's being pulled by straight up a like bright like lemon yellow triceratops.
Cute.
Is pulling it.
Oh my god.
Squeeze
Have,
it.
have I ever seen a creature?
I don't think
Like,
any
I
of you
am
have
just
ever
saying
seen
is
something like
this?
before.
Wow.
Except
What is
maybe Harmony, you may have like seen a creature like this before. They are very, very on.
Oh, I did roll a 19
Oh, okay. Then in which case you were at least aware
in a
of these
book or
creatures.
something.
Yeah.
What is that?
Is it still a triceratops?
It's what it's listed in the Wanderer's Manual as Triceratops, so it is a Triceratops.
I mean, I've only read about them in books, but it's a triceratops. I think they're from the Redlands, and it's. I
It
never
also
thought I would
looks-
see one.
Elderly. It is like it's a slower moving. It's got like one horn and like the one on its nose is kind of like chipped a little bit.
Aw.
Has like the little horse blinders.
Aww.
But it seems very peaceful, and it's by no means like a. It's just a beast of burden. It's not. I want to make it perfectly clear to everybody watching. This Triceratops is in no way enslaved to doing what it's not wanting to do. It is perfectly happy.
Very well fed.
Be
Yes.
free from the shackles.
It's just a nice old Triceratops that happens to be pulling this wagon. But you see, leaning against the wagon, waiting for you, is Kiln. About halfway to there, you see a little kind of like jet of fire rip through the grass before Mork appears. Bonnet tightened on.
Good
It's
morning.
definitely has some like loose threads and kind of.
I'll cast bending.
It's a little
on
thread.
it. Oh, yeah, just I'm getting a little threadbare there, buddy. Here, 1 second, and just.
It just starts chewing on one of the ties.
Okay, well, we'll be traveling together for a few days, so you can have your fun while we're doing that.
Hey, Mark, I'm gonna try to give him a little like.
You like do that, and like as you scratch, like the head kind of like comes off, like you're just scratching like charcoal a little bit. But his foot does like kick a little bit, and he gets like a little hotter and hotter, and
Okay.
the more excited he gets.
Hey there. I'll say over to Kiln. Morning, hot stuff.
Bright early. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and metal porcupine. You guys ready?
He's got a porcupine.
Yeah, they're gonna. Is that okay? They're also kind of porcupines.
No, he's not a porcupine.
Oh, he's not a porcupine.
No, yeah.
He's a sledgehog.
Yeah. Duh.
Come on. It's like
Right.
you haven't been here before.
Alright. Yeah, fair enough. Well,
It's important
God.
to respect what people want to be called.
Also, he'll be fine. He doesn't make a lot of noise.
whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It should be an easy gig.
Exhaust goes off.
Yeah, exactly.
Should be an easy gig. Come on, these are this.
All right. Yeah, we're all
I mean,
packed up.
it's your job. We're just
Well, if we're
Tagging along.
I'm just letting you know.
Can I feed him?
Ask them. Tim Kill just walks around to the back of it. But you see that like there is a total of 6 of the Sprickles clan. Only ever so slightly taller than Nik-Nak. They're about like halfling-sized little hedgehog people. The leader, the patriarch of the family, introduces himself as Wayno Sprickle.
Wayno?
Wayno.
Wino.
This is my wife Lee May.
Wino.
That there is Grandma Husha. There's my brother Rook, and there's my son Rick, and my daughter Enor. Kiln says y'all will be accompanying us to Port Kazushi.
we're
Yeah.
we're headed in
right.
the same direction. If you wouldn't mind, it's
Very welcome if you don't mind us tagging
More to
along.
merrier is all
Yeah,
I would say.
traveling companions makes the road a little easier, right?
Yeah.
Sure, well, we don't anticipate as much danger, but do you know that there are them portals that open up from the Fae? We have a little bit of experience with that.
You
So
you
we
recently
wanna
from
make
the
sure-
Fae?
Oh yeah, we're originally from we're from the Tumbledown Thicket
Oh,
in the Summer Court.
Burrow Grove.
Oh, the Borograph way from member of the Borograph. Yeah, I've been to the
Yeah,
Borograph.
you're all safe here with us.
Well, you all are the nicest darn group of weirdo-looking people that we have ever seen. Apologies, I have not seen that
Talking about
many. I'm still getting used to the bipedals, humanoids. Is y'all what you like to be called?
What did he call me?
Yeah. No,
It's
it's
as-
fine. That's fine.
as a
It's descriptive.
general classification for some. Yes, not all.
So, we ain't used to folk like looking like you without no fur or feathers or spines on you. We're in the Tumbledown Thicket. It's a lot of folk like that. Do y'all with stand up on your 2 legs? I mean, they are semi-bipedal. The arena they can stand up, but as soon as they start to walk or move quickly, they will drop down and sort of like scurry. But so yeah, I ain't not seen a lot of the you taller folk that walk around and with no You got your skin all exposed. Y'all
Well,
look.
Well, he does
especially.
at varying levels, yes, and of
It's
course,
comfortable this
That's
way.
not
Many-
usually normal.
There's
Normal amount. But
many different types of beings out there in the world, especially here in the material plane, where it's quite a crossroads.
This plane is certainly unfamiliar. We've been making ourselves, as we can. We came in through one of them portals. We went through all the proper channels, made sure we signed all the right paperwork. It is a long and arduous process. I will tell you that. Long and arduous process. But we are full citizens now and proud scroungers.
You bringing cargo or trade goods?
Papers?
Oh, yeah. Well, we're scroungers.
Scroungers. What is...
We have one of those. This one right here.
Oh, you also can sniff them out?
Can I roll something to try and figure out what that is?
Yeah.
Roll an insight check.
Can I as
also
well?
trying to figure out-
Roll
I'm
a
also
streetwise.
trying to figure it
Yeah.
out.
That wasn't well. 18.
18?
Also 18.
Also 18?
Mm.
You definitely, the term scrounger is pretty universal or whatever, but especially it's more the two of you catch sight of a little bit of what's in the back of the wagons. It's a lot of herbs, roots, root vegetables, stuff like that. They seem to be pretty keen on able to sniff out. Eventually, Wayno does say, y'all on a material plane have some interesting flora and fauna here, and turns out we can smell better than most of y'all and able to find stuff that some people can't tend to find, or it's just real hard to come by, or it's buried underneath the ground. But our snoops can sniff it out, and we sell them to alchemists and apothecaries in case they need healing potions, anything like that. So we just scrounge up what we can.
Could I show you?
It's really
something?
handy.
Oh sure.
I'll take out a pouch of my tea herbs.
Oh, pre-scrounged.
Oh,
And,
shit.
just give them and say, "Are you familiar with this at all?"
Can't say that I am. I might ask Lee May. She has a bit more knowledge. Lee May, get out here! Before eventually kind of rolling out as another one of them come out.
I love them.
And she kind of pokes her head out. You ever seen anything like this before? She reaches out, plucks it up. Oh, that's got a bit of kick to it. That's what I was thinking. I ain't never smelled nothing like that before. I ain't never smelled like that before either. No, I can't say that we have. That is one interesting
But
plant.
if you smelled it again, you'd.
Oh, this snow never forgets.
Okay. Well, if you do ever happen to smell it on your.
Is it particularly interesting or worth a
What's
lot?
it
Does it
about?
make something pretty nice?
Valuable for monks of my order.
Oh, well, certainly we'll keep a nose out for it.
We're much obliged.
Well, should we all be hitting the road? Y'all ready? Y'all, the wagon's gonna be a little cramped with all of us in there.
Oh,
We
well,
can take one or two along.
I'll walk ahead and scout.
Most of us can walk.
Yeah, we can walk.
Oh, well, then, well,
Yeah.
if you ever need to take a load off or need a refreshing glass, something cool to drink, Brooke's pretty good at whipping up some cold juice. So cold juice. Sorry, cold juice is from the Feywild. We don't have much of it left here, but there are a couple people here that sell it. But it is technically illegal in this here plane. So you have to go through. Some nefarious
What is it?
steps.
Yeah,
Oh,
what
it's
is
just
it?
a drink.
Oh.
You would want some?
Sure.
What is it?
What does
As
does
he's
it
drinking
do?
it, what does it do?
Well, not a little like white skin and kind of hands it over to you.
I'll just follow it.
You're all right. Make a constitution saving throw.
Thirsty, we just woke
As
up.
you-
There's no drinks in the crate.
I had coffee.
I can't have coffee when Nik-Nak have coffee.
No.
You want Nik-Nak to know coffee?
Yeah.
There's always twig tea.
Yes, and now there's always tweets.
17.
17. Okay. Nik-Nak, it's like you just chugged 4 Red Bulls.
Even better.
We try to avoid it.
Woo! That's got a kick to it.
All we need now is Basil to have a drink, and these two will just be bouncing.
They will run to the port and back by the time we're like halfway there.
I think I used to have some in the Fae, but I think my dad tried to not give me some once. I think I got into an accident once.
I can't understand why.
I think Basil just has that naturally in his body the whole time.
All right, well, before we go, I'm gonna give everyone once around. I'm gonna start running around the cart to make sure it's like ready to go, like nothing loose, axles are in line. I'm gonna totally check out the entire cart.
I had a roll in speed.
Knick-Knack's
all at once.
30-point inspection.
If I see anything wrong, I'm gonna start hammering shit into it. This will never work.
I'm gonna just follow after him if they're just like trying to just like catch all his tools. They're like hammer, throws behind.
Yeah, like
Screwdriver throws behind.
yeah. I'll do the like wrench, and you'll reach into his leg.
And then I'll just run around, grab the wrench they threw behind,
It's
toss
we'll
it back
watch
to
a
him.
little like Benny Hill song play out. Nik-Nak runs in a circle, followed closely by Basil, followed closely by Sledgehog, as they all kind of like do a 32-point inspection of the wagon, which is already ready to go.
Yeah,
Sledgehog, smog check.
apologies. We're a very enthusiastic group.
I mean, better safe than sorry, I suppose. And then loose nails or floorboards even.
Unfortunately, no loose nails.
It's tip top then.
What was in that drink?
I wish it's goop juice.
Yeah,
All right.
it's pretty
Sometimes
Okay.
that's all you need to know, I guess.
You just squeeze some fresh goobs and.
Well,
I take it y'all don't have goobs here in
no,
Imperial Plain.
no,
No.
I
No,
don't.
but we need
as
to
far as I
get
know.
some.
Maybe our next business venture. Or first business venture.
All right, let's go. And I'm gonna start walking.
I'll be scouting up ahead, just doing the usual steps. Scouting, perception, looking out for traffic to warn folks. But and then
I'll help with
Copy
that
that,
if
yeah.
that's to be like a second point person, you know.
And at one point, Lee May does answer the universal question. Yes, you can pet it, and she points to the Triceratops. Just not allow sudden movements or very, very loud noises. She's nearly deaf at this point, but still got her eyesight, still can make it to Port Sushi and back. But yeah, just easy, take it easy with her. She's an old girl.
No side movement or loud sounds. I got this under control.
As you head out from Yokai, I'm gonna need someone to roll a d6 for me, please.
I shall do it. 1.
Okay.
Perfect. For the most part, it's a clear, easy day's travel for at least like the first few hours. Whether prompted or not, the Sprickles, especially Wayno, is very eager to talk about scrounging. If anyone listens, and even if they don't, he will continue to talk about it.
Yeah,
for the first couple
absolutely.
hours.
Dead scrounge.
I mean, Tem is fascinated by, all sorts of cultures, Feywild or otherwise, so he'll, walk alongside the wagon wherever he is and just, oh, yes, but that sounds so interesting.
That, and he immediately dives into their the Sprickles, basically the family story. We were in the Feywild and a random portal opened up and destroyed our house, and we were here, and we had to figure out how to live here. And you actually, Tim, you get by the end of this, depending on how well you're paying attention, get a fairly good idea now of the process of once you become a citizen here. It definitely sounds very similar to becoming a resident to a new country.
Yeah.
It definitely sounds, from what Wayno tells you, a very kind of strict, regimented process.
I think especially in light of the changing tides in Zonir and potential refugee statuses of peoples that might be coming from other places. Tem is definitely paying kind of close attention to not only the process and those sorts of things, but the emotional state, like how much labor it was, the impact that it had on them, levels of cross-cultural interaction that have then resulted from those things. So yeah, he's not bored at all, just actually like very engaged with it.
Yeah.
I would be listening too, but also probably more so like taking my own little notes on like the bureaucratic part of it, like more of like the process of it. And then I don't know if it would be, well, no, I guess the portals are just in yokai. So I guess it wouldn't be this would be like an issue that only happens.
It doesn't happen really anywhere else, not in Abathal or the Republic. It's the portals into the Fae are simply a Sylvan Dynasty problem.
So maybe I'll just take some like notes and kind of be asking sort of questions to get details on how they've set up the like bureaucracy of it, kind of like the legal whatever system around it, to see like how they're doing it. And take note on that.
Many signatures. I had to write my signature about come near 300 times. And then they would want, they want spine samples to make sure that we ain't toxic or nothing, can't hurt anybody in the plant. Because we heard that there are some people that come over from the Feywild that are toxic to the material plane. So they need to be under quarantine. We are lucky to have to do that, but it did take quite a long time for them to not accept us. They accepted us, just more, just kind of took a while to feel like a person again. You know what I'm talking about?
Of course. And
we're just a number on a paper for quite a long time.
Did you find that your settling in process was amicable to your own cultural views? Have you felt any pressure to assimilate at any level, or have you felt like you can still continue to be yourselves and do what you as I'm sorry, what was your species name again? Arenas. Have you been able to keep your Arenas culture here in the material plane?
We were surprised. There's actually a couple of other of us that were already here, but it's a melting pot, and like I said, we weren't used to elves, is what they call themselves, or what? Are you an elf?
No.
Are you an elf? You're not an elf. Elves, we know that the ones with the horns. You're different. We don't quite know. I've only ever seen one of you before. I'm sorry, I don't mean any offense by it.
No, it's okay. I'm a tiefling.
Tiefling, that's what it is.
So my father's human and my mother is a devil. On accident. She didn't mean to be a devil, obviously.
Never heard no devil before.
Devil what?
We ain't never heard of the devil before.
The devil.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of devils. They just are all trapped in the hells, and
oh man, that sounds terrible.
Well, exactly, and my mother never wanted to be there in the first place. She isn't even supposed to be a devil, so I'm very interested in really the process, like what your family went through in coming to the material plane and being welcomed, and just because you all came from a different plane obviously doesn't mean you're bad people, and just
I certainly hope not.
Well, no, and just like my mother is trapped in Avernus, it doesn't mean that she's bad or that she wants to be there, and everybody just has all these preconceptions about people from other planes. So,
yep,
no one can help where they're from.
It's just really inspiring to hear your family story, and I hope we can do that for everybody soon.
I certainly hope that your situation with your mama goes well. Everyone's a little bit different, but perhaps it ain't all that bad. Maybe one day, maybe one day we could take a trip to the Hells of Avernus.
One day,
what's that now? Avernus.
One day it could be the vacation destination. It's always warm.
And we do like warmer climates.
We could make beaches, and everybody could just travel wherever they wanted to. We wouldn't be locked out from places or travel
nicer than you made it out to be.
there's good and bad people everywhere, and you know, why trap people in one place just because they're born there or put there?
You hear from somewhere outside, just Killen's voice. Because they're bad.
Is a beach with no water just a desert? Wouldn't that be
Yes.
And I think Tem just kind of like
Pretty sure I was born
casually
at a
devolves
beach with
into
no water.
a conversation with them about like their holidays and their food and their like family structure and yeah, just trying to learn about their culture as we move forward.
I feel like when it gets towards your area of interest too, I'm kind of like half listening, also just like thinking about like, oh, okay, like how I could, just grand plans of the future.
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, okay, like how would this work?
Tem's like, so in the ritual of scrounging, when you go, it's just kind of like a bunch of academic nonsense of like that, like they're like, this is just what we do, and Tem is like, well, when you apply some meaning to this beyond what is just the normal day-to-day scrounging, there's the special supplies and just you blah 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 blah.
Absolutely. You always want to cover the tip of your snoot with just a little bit of animal fat to keep the dirt from sticking there. You don't want to get your receptor.
That makes sense.
Whenever like Anara and Zakkai kind of double back, it's like,
They're still going. I think maybe we should check out that area over there next.
Yeah.
So maybe we should just.
Once
Tem can listen, but he can talk too.
once Nik-Nak crashes from,
It's a hard crash.
he's gonna hop into the cart to ride along and just out of pure curiosity take a look at all the cargo and just peruse through it.
Yeah, give me investigation.
17.
The back of the cart is primarily like boxes and bags of like roots and different like just dried leaves, twigs, literally what they've been kind of scrounging for. There are a couple boxes of like personal effects. The back of the wagon, you see that there are like, it's again pretty cramped back here even for them. It's only like 2 or 3 little like kind of like hammocky beds that have dozens of holes poked through them. But there's give me a perception check real quick since you're looking.
Natural 1.
Natural one. Awesome.
Seeing is hard.
You started hearing the conversation about scrounging, you got really interested.
You're kind of
Scrounging's kind of like metal scrounging.
For some reason, it got in my head that maybe they were like moonshiners or something, and I was like, I wonder if they've got any like illicit shit back there. But if they do, it's right behind my head, and I don't know where it is.
But back there, you do see that there's the 2 members of the Sprickle family that never leave the back of the wagon are Grandma Husha and Uncle Rook. No one ever asks Grandma Husha to leave. She's clearly older and she's asleep for a good 80% of the trip on the first day. And when she is awake, you definitely know it because she's very loud and she's very like, "Who are all these people? We're gonna try to get our roots. We've been scrounging real hard." But she's
Well, I'm getting out.
She's one of those people that like as soon as Grandma's awake, we're switching cars because no one wants to
Everybody's
be
out.
She's not like problematic, but she's definitely pushy and very bossy.
Sure,
And
yeah.
she's one of
She's a
those.
grandmother.
The Uncle Rook though spends a lot of the time like doing inventory, making sure like everything is there. He's also making sure that there's like pre-things done, different roots need to be cleaned or shaved or cut or whatever. He'll handle all that. But the rest of the day is clear travel. There's no events or anything that impede you for the first day. Eventually, as like the sun gets down, Kiln suggests like keep going at least for like a couple hours after dark. The Sprickles are like, well, we're ready to set up camp the moment the sun goes down. We're not very useful during the night. It's pretty routine for kind of curl up during the night hours. But if Mr. Kiln thinks it is best, we'll do whatever he says.
I don't think we're in a particular rush, are we?
It's
Well,
gonna take a few days no matter what.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think pressing ahead for just a couple more hours will really shave off too much time in the long run.
Let's keep moving while I find us a place to stay. I'll
Well,
look out for a.
Sure, we press on as long as we want. But
as soon as I find a place, we'll start.
well, sure, no problem at all. As you kind of leave, you feel like a tug on your shirt as like Kiln pulls you in a little bit. I just want to get there because if I have to hear another one of those stories, I might just set this whole country on fire.
You might learn someday. Listen up.
I could also make you deaf if you want.
he immediately like lights up and looks at you.
With that distraction, I'll head off.
He genuinely looks to you like, wait, can you do? But
Yeah, we'll just burst your eardrum.
Well, I'm for 10 seconds at a time.
I'll let you know when it gets to a particular part of the story.
Might be better off just maybe get some cotton from Tem.
You just burn it.
Damn it.
It might. Either day. Anara, give me a survival check real quick.
15.
15. Kind of like scoping out ahead. The road is pretty clear. There you can like spot. There are like a couple places you could pull off and make camp if you want to, both nearby and sort of down the line. Entirely up to you.
Sensitive to our Sprickle friends' need to rest, so the earliest acceptable place.
The moment they even catch wind that like, oh, we're stopping soon, sleeping bags are rolled out and like dinner is started. They're those kind of like they're ready to like, oh, we're resting now. Resting is very important to them. They take resting very seriously.
Yes.
Gotta do rest and nest.
Appreciate that.
Just as Basil sinks down for dinner, tap him on the shoulder.
Yeah?
We got it now, let's go.
Okay. I'll try.
You got this, buddy. This time you'll definitely hit her.
Okay. Fast and hard, not wild. No.
You're getting better.
What did you say?
Guys set up camp to the sounds of bamboo sticks and blades clanking and clashing against each other. That's what we'll end this episode tonight. We'll pick up the first light of day 2 of your journey.
On the road.
Oh,
Yeah,
Sprickles.
nice to be out
Traveling.
into the world.
Look at us.
With the
The
Sprickles.
Sprickles.
Sprickles. They are
needed
very
paperwork.
They're mighty excited to have you all here with you.
They
And
are
we're mighty
wonderful.
excited to have you all join us here. So thank y'all for watching Tales of Terragia. I'm not going to keep doing that. Depends on how much I talk to them next.
Sayonara.
But thanks, guys. Bye.
Ah.